Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Delta Fire and Rescue presents the Delta Haunted House at 109 North Center Street in Delta. Admission is just $10 per person. The Delta Haunted House is open each Friday and Saturday throughout October and on Halloween night from 8 to 10 p.m. Food and drinks will be available for purchase, and now accepting cash and most major credit cards. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Delta Haunted House, Fridays and Saturdays in October and on Halloween night. The City of Sigourney will be accepting bids for the removal of snow. All sealed bids must be received by 4 p.m. on Monday, November 4th at the City Clerk's office at 100 North Main in Sigourney. Interested parties will be responsible for snow and ice removal from the sidewalks listed on the screen, as well as all the steps into the Memorial Hall. The snow and ice must be removed in a timely manner and according to the City Code of Ordinances. The successful bidder will be responsible to purchase ice melt and provide any equipment used. You may review a copy of the contract by contacting the City Clerk at City Hall.
Mayhem Haunted House at 13011 120th Avenue, Ottumwa invite you to come find out why Mayhem Haunted House has been voted the best haunted house in Iowa multiple times. Open for the Halloween season, Friday and Saturday through November 2nd. Cost is $15. Get ready to scream at Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa.
When you set your round bales out for the cattle, take the time to remove the net wrap. The extra effort could save your animals' lives. On Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Pride. It runs deep for those in agriculture. But that pride can also prevent farmers from asking for help when it's needed most. An injury, illness, or natural disaster is a heavy burden for any operation to bear. Farm Rescue is here to help shoulder that burden. We are a nonprofit organization helping farm families in crisis with free planting, haying, and harvesting assistance. There is no pride lost when it comes to Farm Rescue. Learn more at farmrescue.org.
Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts.
Remove the net wrap from round hay bales so the cattle won't eat it. Many producers leave it on because it's plastic and shouldn't be palatable. But never underestimate a curious or bored cow that's looking for something to chew on. Wes Lee is an extension ag educator at Oklahoma State University. He says when an animal swallows net wrap, it's hard to differentiate between a real illness and damage from plastic in their stomach.
Probably the most commonly reported symptom would just be weight loss or wasting away over a fairly long period of time, loss of appetite, diarrhea because of the net wrap blockage in the digestive system. Only liquids maybe can make it through. If there's no bowel movements at all, it could be impaction to the plastic, and therefore it would create a bloating issue. They're possibly not able to belch because of that impaction in there.
Is baling twine an issue as well? Lee says North Dakota State University did a study on the digestion of twine going through cattle. They put the material into the rumen and looked at it 14 days later to see what was digested and what wasn't.
The sisal twine was being digested. About 70% of it, according to their study, was broken down. The biodegradable twine, the plastic twine, and then the plastic net wrap did not biodegrade at all. It was still 100% inside the rumen. The biodegradable twine is broken down by sunlight or UV light. There's none of that inside the rumen, so therefore it wouldn't be any different than a plastic twine.
I'm Jody Henke. Read more about net wrap and its effect on cattle at agriculture.com.